So recently I started watching the Marvel movies and I thought, I should make a video out of this. So at first I was just gonna do my reactions while I'm watching the movies. But later I was thinking, this isn't very entertaining. And I don't want to stop to do a reaction like in the middle of the movie so much. I just want to enjoy it and not have to stop. So then I thought, how about I do like reviewing every movie in 30 seconds? It's like my reactions, but just like condensed. So I actually filmed this one. But while I was editing, I thought again, this ain't very entertaining. So now this is my third attempt at making a video out of watching the Marvel movies. Hope you see it. Captain America, the First Avenger. This one is about a small guy who gets big. Next. What, are you expecting me to say JK and actually tell you the whole story of how there's this guy who wants to help his country, but he's too small and weak, but then a professor sees that he has a great personality and makes him like a superhero, and then he finds out there's the secret organization called Hydra that's not like related to the Nazis who are attacking America, and then he sacrifices his life and wakes up 70 years later? No, why would I do that? Captain Marvel. So this one is about a girl who gets into a plane crash or something, and now she got superpowers. Benefits of crashing. Speaking of which, pew, pew, pew. Didn't work. False advertising. So then we get through this whole part in space with a super boring squad, but then Carol gets to Earth, and that's when the fun begins. Now we've got Agent Coulson, Nick Fury, this cat, Nick Fury, this cat. So then they find out the super boring squad is actually the super evil squad because they're attacking these super innocent creatures. So then Carol like fights them with cool music in the background, and she drags the guy, and she saves the day. Iron Man. So there's this guy in the first scene. We think he's totally cool. He can like joke around with complete strangers. But then we see he's a totally irresponsible owner of his company business, and he doesn't even go to his own ceremonies because he's too busy partying and stuff. But then he gets captured by some Arabic dudes and like builds a suit with this other cool guy, but the cool guy dies. But Tony gets out alive. So when he comes back, he's like, I don't want to make weapons. Weapons are mean. So then he makes a weapon and goes and saves some innocent people. But then his friends are mad at him because he went crazy on some people or something. So then there's this other guy that's really mad. So he takes the old suit and fights Tony with the new and probably better suit. And Tony wins. Iron Man 2. So I guess Tony's a race car driver now. And there's like two villains in this one. One of them wants revenge and one of them is just jealous. Basically, they weren't very good, and Tony and Rhodes saved the day. So if I had to describe this movie in 3 words, I would say, it's not good, or don't watch this. Black Widow was in it, though. The Incredible Hulk. Haven't actually seen this one, so I'll just tell you what I know. Small guy becomes big and fights another big guy.
THOR.
So basically there's this really arrogant prince, and he's like, oh, we must fight, oh. So then he goes and fights some people, but they didn't even do anything to them really. And his dad gets really mad and banishes him to Earth. So then these other people find him, and Thor tries to go and get his hammer, he's the arrogant guy, and fails. They're end of some sort of love story. So then in the end, he figures out that fighting isn't always the answer. So then he actually does fight a guy after he had that revelation. So I don't know. So then he goes back home and leaves Jane alone, which makes you think if he actually ever loved her. Food for thought. The Avengers! So basically a bunch of people from the other movies team up, and this random other guy, and they basically team up to fight some aliens. And Hulk smashes, Captain America smashes, they all really smash stuff. Iron Man 3! So basically there's this villain called the Mandarin, and he threatens to kill people publicly on TV. Yeah. So Pepper's in this one too. If you don't know who Pepper is, she used to work for Tony. Now she's like his girlfriend or something. Anyways, so this guy comes and presents this weird brain transplant idea to her, and he presented it to make people smart and stuff, but it just made them really dangerous. So then Tony reveals his address just publicly to literally everyone. So then his house gets blown up. So then he goes to find the Mandarin, but he just finds out that the Mandarin's just some sort of actor or something. So then a bunch of stuff happens. Tony and Rhodes save some people from a plane crash. Pepper was forced to get the brain transplant thing, so she survived falling into a fire, and they all lived happily ever after. Except not, because most of these main heroes are in other movies where they get into more trouble. So, yeah. Thor Dark World. So in the start of the movie, they have some explanation about these really lame elves. So then they show what's going on with all the characters from the first Thor. And apparently Jane has the ether inside her or something. I don't know, it's something that has to do with the Infinity Stones. And the super lame elves want the ether. So, yeah. So later on in the movie, the super lame elves attack Earth. But Thor plus friends save the day. The end, yeah. The Winter Soldier. So Nick gets into a car accident because some masked up dude attacks him. Let me just say it, that guy would survive 2020. So after that, Nick goes to Kat's place and gets attacked or something. So then he goes to the hospital and dies. So one of Nick's friends asks Kat what happened to Nick and why he was at Kat's house. And Kat said, "Oh, I can't tell you because it was Nick's dying wish not to trust anyone." But then Nick's friend says, "Someone murdered my friend. I'm going to find out. Anyone who gets in my way is going to regret it. Anyone." And then Cap says, "Understood." So then Cap beats up a whole elevator, literally beats up the elevator. So then Cap and Nat go undercover. They find out that Hydra is still a thing. They destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. and find out that Nick Fury's still alive.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So there are these space guardians. Thanos, I think, is in this one. I know they get into some sort of prison. And basically, for the rest of the movie, they be Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians 2. So the Guardians, do some sort of business with these gold people, but Rocket steals some batteries, so the gold people play some video games and almost catch them. So then the gang, they end up on some planet, and Peter finds his dad, who we later find out to be this planet creator, and who we even later find out to be super self-obsessed. So then Yondu sacrifices himself, and the big planet guy blows up. Age of Ultron. So basically the Avengers are they're having a party, and they're trying to lift Thor's hammer, but they all fail, except for Cap, who fake fails, and Natasha, who doesn't even try. So then this purple guy shows up and is like, "Yay, new Avenger." So for the rest of the movie, they try to fight this Ultron guy who Tony created. So then they defeat him, and in the process, they get a new Avenger and make a movie better than Infinity War. Ant-Man. So Robin Hood, Scott Lang, stole from the rich, so now he lost his job. So he's also got these merry men, friends, who are totally awesome. They're like the best part of the movie. So then this guy comes up to him and says, "Hey Scott, you're really good at stealing, so I'm gonna make you tiny so you can steal more stuff." So basically he steals from this big company and he plays with his kids' toy trains along with the guy who's trying to kill him.
Civil War.
So basically the United Nations is like, "Hey Avengers, you're really destructive, so I think we should kind of control you a bit so you don't be so destructive." So all the Avengers say yes, except for Captain America. Well, and Hulk and Thor, but they're off different places. So anyways, so now Captain America has to get help, and Iron Man goes to get help too, and Spider-Man is in this one as the big epic fight and stuff. So Spider-Man Homecoming. So there's this teenager who's actually a superhero, and he does a bunch of little stuff around the neighborhood to help. But then he tries to do bigger things, but Tony Stark is like, "Hey kid, don't do bigger things. So how about you stick to being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?" But he does bigger things anyways and totally saves the Avengers from getting a bunch of stuff stolen from them. Doctor Strange. So there's this doctor who got into a car and his hands got totally messed up, so he's now really mad about it. But then this guy tells him to go to this magic place and he would get healed if he goes there. So he went there and did a bunch of magic training, but then these evil magic guys come and attack them and stuff. But the evil magic guys just die, and I don't know what happened to the doctor's hands. I think they got better. So yeah, and I was really happy because I could stop watching that boring movie.
Black Panther.
So there's this prince and his dad dies, so now he's the king. Unless if someone challenges him in a really violent fight and kills him. And I think get with the times, guys, do an election. So basically he wins the challenge and becomes king. And something got stolen from some sort of museum that had to do with them, I guess. So they go and deal with it and find out it was this claw guy. But then someone kills the claw guy and comes and challenges the king and kills the king. Except not, because the king is totally alive. And they have a fight and they kill the violent guy. And they just end up doing what the violent guy wanted in the end anyways. So, yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
So Thor fights this big fire guy. And then he finds out that his dad is dead. And he actually has a long sister. So then he ends up on this planet and it's like, whoa, it's Hulk. I don't know how he got there, but he's there. So then Thor, Hulk, and this Asgardian girl that are on the planet just go and try to fight the evil sister, but they lose and Asgard gets destroyed and all the Asgardians end up in space.
Infinity War.
So you remember pretty much everyone from all the other movies? Well, they're in this one. So basically there's this Thanos guy and he wants some shiny stones so that he can snap and get rid of half the population, because I guess the other half are going to thrive and stuff and they'll never run out of resources. Even though the half of the population that's gone will just be replaced in another 50 years and they'll have the problem again. So the Avengers oh, we gotta stop this guy from a stupid plan so a bunch of people don't die. So they race for the stones, but Thanos wins and he snaps his fingers and half of everyone dies, including Spider-Man, which creates the saddest scene in Marvel history. Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I haven't seen this one, but I'm going to assume that it's annoying because wasps are annoying. ENDGAME. So basically Thor goes and kills Thanos, and 5 years later everyone's really sad, so they think, why don't we just go unkill everyone? So they go back in time, and there's a bunch of nostalgia, like Iron Man talks to his dad, Captain America sees Agent Carter, Thor talks to his mom, who is dead, Nat dies, Clint has to see that, Hulk, I don't remember what Hulk did. Well, he did snap his fingers and bring back like half of everyone. So then there's this big epic fight. Cap holds Mjolnir. Iron Man dies and he's like, and Thanos like, I am inevitable. And Iron Man says, and I am Iron Man. Pow! So yeah, and then everyone's really sad. There's a funeral. Oh, yeah, Tony has a kid now, but Tony's dead, so she got no dad. At least she gets a cheeseburger. Spider-Man Far From Home. So basically this one starts with, like, how everyone that got snapped away just, like, suddenly just appeared again. And how people felt about that. So then, Peter and his friends go on this school trip to Europe. And he like runs away and fights some sort of bad guy and wins. And yeah, it was good. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this kind of video, maybe I'll do similar things in the future. So yeah, comment in the comment section down below which description of the movies was your favorite and some other video ideas you have. And give it a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and bye.